787, you're live. Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello.
Hey. You're live.
Hello.
Hey, you're live.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Solomon.
All right. All right.
Yes. Anyway, I actually wanted to call and talk to you about the Michigan thing. I just think that we should not freak out too much about it. I'm not saying that it's not serious. I'm not saying that white supremacists don't exist. I am just saying that there's also other things to take into consideration. And just that whole thing just seems very fishy, that whole story, like they're going to kidnap her, take her to a tribunal. Like, that makes no sense. How can you get away with that? You know what I mean? Like, it smells like FBI, CIA, some kind of something trying to foment just issues and to kind of rile things up. Just do like martial law.
That's what you think, really? You think that they're
I
making it up?
I think it's possible because at the end of the day, the chicken is going to come home to roost. And they've been doing this all over the place. And all of these signs, like everything that's been going on, if you've read history, like if you know what I mean? Like if you understand like just the sequence of things and like how, like the patterns, you recognize things.
No. Did you see those guys protesting at their capital in Michigan? You saw it, right?
No, I did.
Yeah, so why would you think it's, hold on, listen. Why do you think it's not real? Why you think it's not real if you just saw them with guns at the Capitol a couple months ago?
No, it's not that it's not real. I'm not saying that people don't have these feelings, but the money that's backing them sounds like it could be very fishy.
How much money? I didn't know they had a lot of money.
I mean, look at all the artillery they have, all the guns that they have.
They already had those guns, lady. People got guns, man. We got more guns than people.
I'm just saying things can happen. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. I'm not saying that that's exactly what it is, but that is something that we need to look at. We need to just kind of like chill out and figure it out.
Chill out.
And not like, oh yeah, we just need to. I just don't want people to freak out. I don't want people to like be scared for their lives.
You should.
I just want us to like to just patient, like to just kind of like calmly deal with it rather than.
All right.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. But thank you, caller, for your phone call. There are people on the verge of losing everything they've ever worked for. You don't think the people that are on the verge of losing everything they work for, or people who are just pissed off because they don't like her anyway. We just saw these militia-type dudes pissed off, marching, and going to their capital with guns, talking about revolution then. And then when there are a couple of these guys, not everybody, but a couple guys that were there also with these other militia groups, which I realize now are very prevalent. Hey, Michael Moore did a video talking to these guys like years ago. I mean, it's the thing in Michigan. The militia is very strong in Michigan for whatever reason. So like I just, like I said, I don't have a problem with people being skeptical, but have some truth, which has some facts with your skepticism, because it is bad. Some people are struggling just because you live indoors. There are people unemployed. There are people homeless. There are people on the verge of homelessness. There are people who can't get their medications. There's all types of issues. There's people sick. There's people who lost spouses, friends, kids. This is all happening right now. Add on top of that BLM and the protests. Then we got an election year, and it's always contentious around election years. Every election, hate crime spike, tension spike during election time. No matter no matter who it is, no matter who's the president, and no matter who's running. That's America. So all this is like a powder keg. Okay, that's what we have here. To say people need to just calm down, nah, man, you need to get with it and realize that some people ain't wrapped too tight and some people are at their wits' end. And then there's also some people who take this as an opportunity. Make America better, make better, whatever Biden's talking about. They want to make this shit over again. Okay? And some of those people don't want to include some other people in the mix. They want some people out of the batter. Okay? 252, what you do? How you doing?
I'm great. How you doing, Tim? This
I'm
is
good,
Kera
sister.
from
I'm good.
North Carolina.
What's on your mind, Kera?
Address that 787 caller. I gotta give some pushback on what she said. I just don't think that it's normal for people to think that it's okay for people to want to kidnap government officials. Or I didn't think it was normal for people to, show up with, rifles to the Capitol building in Michigan. And she tried to make it seem like it was a one-off. It's not a one-off. If that's a one-off, then what happened in Charlottesville? What's happening all over this country? There are terrorist groups right here in this country that are largely ignored as threats. But yeah, we bomb the hell out of other countries all across this world for less. And I really think that it's time that we have this conversation because, I live in a red state, or they say it's a swing state, but I have a red state. North Carolina's go to Trump, hands down. You know what I'm saying? I'm so tired of people sitting here thinking that this is not something that affects people on a daily. Like, it really does. Clearly, that caller has never been attacked for anything, for being a woman, for being, a minority, for being anything. Because if she did, she would know that this is a reality and has been a reality for a very long time in this country. I don't get the gullibleness of what she said. I also was not surprised at, such a thing happening with Gretchen Whitmer. But, what really bothered me was when the whole Capitol building situation happened, how they allowed those people to take over that building, a government building, and just let them stand there. Could black militia do that? Absolutely not. So I don't get where she was coming from, like she doesn't understand. I mean, it takes a certain level of dumbfoundedness and naivety to not know where that comes from. It's all around. It's even in the most progressive of states, California, Oregon, because I myself have driven through all of these states and have came face to face with a lot of these racist people, these racist biker groups and things like that. So I think it's really disingenuous for her to sit here and state that that's how, that's how she sees the world, so that must be the way it is for everybody. No, that's not how it is. And it's just like, it really threw me off. But, also I want to talk about the situation with Kamala Harris. I had someone who was also black message me on Twitter today saying that I was too harsh on black politicians because I had posted some things on Val Dennings and Pat Goodwin and Kamala Harris and talked about how these black women weren't good representations of the community. And I just want to, say to anybody who saw that or anybody who really, really wants to understand why certain black people are really hard on Kamala Harris, it's because this person is going to be representative of black women for a very long time, particularly if Joe Biden wins. This is going to be the representation that is to follow. And this is a problem for a lot of us because a lot of us don't want to follow in her footsteps. We don't want to be bought by money. We don't want to be people out here that's looked at like, our opinion is going to change when the wind blows. I mean, we don't want to be looked at like that. And those of you who don't understand this because you don't want to understand at this point. Black people are a strong people, and we are, whether you want to hear it or not, we are the most progressive group in the United States. We have always been on the right side of things and have always tried to sway the country in a better place. Even when we were going through the worst of things, we always try to see the best in things. We always try to do things for the better. We always try to keep things nonviolent. And I think that it's so disgusting the way the media has been allowed to perpetuate black people and just treat us in such a disingenuous, disgusting way. That has, in a nutshell, that's the reason why we're having a lot of problems that we're having right now. Because a lot of white people and white cops can use the I feared for my life for that very reason, because you view black people as the enemy. You view black people as overtly violent, and that's a problem. We are no different than anybody else, and we deserve to be treated like everybody else. And that is what we fight for and strive for each and every day in this chaotic country, that we have no means to leave, even if we want. Not as a group have a lot of resources. We make the best do. Frustrating for me that this is going to be the person that's going to be looked at as the image for black women going forward. I liked, Shirley Chisholm being the black woman who ran for president, for her being the last one. and stood against all of those men at the time and did not change one bit. Kamala Harris, she changes like the wind. 1 minute she's for fracking, 1 minute she's not for fracking. 1 minute she supports the Green New Deal, 1 minute she doesn't support the Green New Deal. 1 minute she's more progressive than Bernie Sanders. I mean, are you kidding me right now? Who the hell would come up with that kind of analysis with the way this woman is moved? And you can't just judge her record based on the Senate. You have to judge her record before the Senate, how she was against legalizing marijuana, how she was against body cameras on cops, how she was throwing people in jail and keeping a lot of first-time offenders longer than sentences in any other state in the United States. I cannot with this. I can't. I don't know what they want us to take from this that's good. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no goodness, as far as I'm concerned, left in the Democratic Party. I will no longer support this party in any way, shape, or form, and I don't care how it goes. I'm in a swing state, allegedly, and I'm voting green. And I implore any other black person who's confused to vote green. Help them get past the threshold. The duopoly is the problem. Money in politics is the problem. And until we address it, they're going to keep being generation after generation. You think they're not going to pluck more Kamala Harrises out of the group and say, you represent black people this generation, and you represent black people this generation? It happens every time. This is how they play the game and keep us divided. Our actions as a group, and decide on how to go forward. That's what I want to say. Sorry if I went over. Thank you.
Thank you, Kara. Goodness gracious, woman. She got fired up, Kara. Now, who was that giving you grief? Man, I used to get it all the time, man. Man, you disrespect the black woman. Man, shut
90 seconds.
That was what to say. Shut your dumb ass up. Should have locked you up and not even thought about you. Your kids don't even know who you are, dummy. You know how many people she locked up? You up here, you gotta respect the black woman. You know, like, there are some people who are bad people. There's some people who don't mean you any good. Does it matter, really, what color they are if they don't help you? You know? I don't need to say anything else. Thank you. Thank you for choosing this platform to share your opinions. Goodness gracious, Kara.